But we have an interesting day ahead of us.
Next stop sign,
We're heading to Atlanta. We got to get to the hotel. We got to drop our stuff off. And then once we drop our stuff off, we get to go to the Atlanta airport, and we're not going anywhere.
Nope.
We're just going to drop this car off, walk to National, pick up another car.
Yep.
It's going to be something interesting. We've never done this before. Kind of excited to see how this goes. And we'll see how that whole thing shakes out. We'll bring you along with us. Alright, we're gonna let you in on a little feature of our rental car this month. You'll see the strap on my shoulder, and Nace's got one too.
I would hope if I put it in drive and turn off
Turn
the
off the parking brake.
This car has so many buttons, but let's see if it does it.
Oh, there you go. Pulls it back.
It has a choke me feature.
Yeah, it's got a choke me feature on this car. You'll see it on our TikTok too. We made a TikTok about it earlier.
So weird.
But we have an interesting day ahead of us.
Next stop sign,
We're heading to Atlanta. We got to get to the hotel. We got to drop our stuff off. And then once we drop our stuff off, we get to go to the Atlanta airport, and we're not going anywhere.
Nope.
We're just going to drop this car off, walk to National, pick up another car.
Yep.
It's going to be something interesting. We've never done this before. Kind of excited to see how this goes. And we'll see how that whole thing shakes out. We'll bring you along with us.
Yeah.
And then we got an evening in Atlanta. We'll probably go to the grocery store and do some things there too.
Yep.
Let's get to it.
I do wonder what rental car we're going to end up with this time, because we always end up with a different car every time.
Yeah, we do. Open the sunroof up because we're enjoying the fresh mountain air.
Or we end up back in the city.
That one's for Nicole and our hate of Atlanta lately. No, we don't hate Atlanta. We don't hate Atlanta. It's just really busy.
Yeah. It's different. It's different down there.
We've made it to the one and only Blood Mountain. Blood on the saddle.
I wasn't sure if you were going to start singing it. I was like, I'm just going to go.
Yeah, this is our trip down to, we're going Gainesville Highway.
It's actually a really pretty drive. This road in particular is actually the tail of the Dragon. Like, it's the very, very bottom piece of people who like to take the Dragon road up through North Carolina. It's pretty popular for sports cars and motorcyclists, enthusiasts and stuff.
Yeah.
Because it is very
And road bikers and tons of other things too. It really stinks if you get behind some road bikes because they can't go very fast and you have to really slow down.
There's also a park up here that we have not been back to since we came up here, so maybe we'll have to go explore Bogle.
Yeah?
In a future video.
Yeah, I wonder if they have some Christmas stuff. As we were talking about, there's a biker. And then depending on who you get stuck behind. This guy was zooming it through the passing zone, and then as soon as we get to the no passing zone, it slows to dead stops on turns.
And then there's a stop up here at the top where hikers and stuff can stop. I don't know what they have up here. We've never actually stopped, so maybe one day we'll do that.
It's the first main stop on the Appalachian Trail if you stop from the south. And so basically a lot of hikers who stop there end up mailing back extra equipment because they pack too heavy. So this is the place where they actually stop and do most of their mailing back of some of that heavy equipment that they don't want to carry all the way through the Appalachian Trail. So that's what the main thing is for it. And there's apparently a ton of sneakers too, because you wear out your sneakers pretty quick on the trail. So one day we'll actually stop and see it.
Yeah, we live right around the Appalachian Trail, or at least one of the trailheads for it. So
yeah. Here's that place we were talking about. It's a neat little place. I've stopped there to use the restroom before, but I've never actually spent any time really going in there.
Lumpkin County.
Yeah, now we're in a Lumpkin. Nice, you putting stuff away?
We're gonna do a room tour when we get back.
Yes, if you want to see the full room tour, definitely check in the show notes. But Give you a little preview of the room. It's nice looking.
Yeah, this is the second Element we've stayed at this year.
Yeah.
So kind of
First one was in California.
Nope, Jacksonville. Jacksonville Beach.
Oh, it was in Aloft. That was California. Yeah, you're right.
Which was also a cute hotel. You should check that video out.
It's very similar to this, honestly. But yeah, so we're gonna go now. We gotta go to the airport, which is gonna be fun, and switch cars. So we've never done that before. It's going to be an exciting experience. So I'm kind of excited to see how we actually get to one car to the other. So let's find out together. One last look at the rental for the week. It was a nice little car. Definitely dug it.
Yeah, definitely had some pep. I passed like 6 people on one pass, and I don't think my Volti could have done that.
Yeah, I don't think so. Volti doesn't have the power. Heading to the airport and spotted some fires. There's a fire truck going up that hill, so I'm guessing it's not going to be on the main road. Oh yeah, you can see it underneath the bridge there. Look at that puff. Oof. That's crazy. I wonder what's on fire. We're going to get closer, so maybe we'll see. Well, this is Atlanta traffic.
Downtown Atlanta.
Yeah.
75, 85 come together. This is what you get.
Yep. There it is right there. It's kind of hard to see through the trees. I'm guessing a car caught on fire. Hopefully everyone's okay. Oof. Look at it. Man.
Stinky.
Yeah, stinky. Heading out to the airport. Made it to the airport. Cruising around the airport, going to the rental car center. Step 1, drop-off car. Making our way. This is a circle. We just saw a guy stop in the middle of it and start going backwards. So in case you ever get stuck here, legit tip, it's just a circle. Just ride the circle around one time. You gotta make this turn, and then we come back to get to our car rental people.
This is why we love Nashville.
Yep. Here's the car return. We've dropped it off. Now we have to figure out how to get back to the car rental place. I'm guessing it's going to be over this way.
Other side, so
Yeah.
We'll go up to where the counters are, and then we can go to the other side.
Made it to the area. Now we're heading to National. This is crazy, yeah. Coming down at the National. All right, what are we going to get? Are we going to get a car? Are we going to get an SUV? I'm excited too. Let's stay tuned. I think this is going to be our car for the week. It's a Mercedes this time. It's interesting. I'm interested to see how big the trunk is, in all honesty. Let's see. Pretty good sized trunk space. I think this will work for us. Let's find out. The interior of our vehicle for the next couple? Well, like a week. A little bit longer. Yeah, now we're heading on out. Cruising on some back roads. We just missed the train. The train just pulled past us. But we're just kind of in College Park is where we're now. I like the little back roads of Atlanta. It's almost like a different town when you're back here. Or city, or whatever you want to call it. So you excited about your first Mercedes-Benz that we're renting?
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting. It has a lot of like interesting bells and whistles. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of already missing my little Audi that I was driving the last 2 weeks.
I mean, in Audi's defense, I think that was probably the nicest car we've rented. The Blazer, close second, but I think the Audi takes it just from...
It's the pep.
Yeah. Now, we wouldn't buy one, and the reason why is because just the front seat doesn't have any storage or anything, so for us, it's difficult, but it was a really nice car.
So if you're renting a car and you see an Audi, I say thumbs up.
Yeah,
you know?
thumbs up.
Give it a go, give it a try.
We decided on Fogo De Chao. We were going to go to the Ruth Chris Steakhouse, but it was a pain to get into, so we decided on Fogo De Chao. The cheese rolls are fantastic. Here's our selection. She got some of this, got some of that. Here's our drinks. Stacey got a fancy drink. I got a lemonade, not even filled to the top. Cool, cool, cool. Working through our meals, the lemonade. Really tasty. Chicken was meh. I would skip on the chicken personally, but why do you go for chicken, right? The lamb was good. All of the steaks have been really good too. Macy said this off camera, but she was like, I think this is probably better than the Ruth Chris Steakhouse we were going to go to. I would agree. So we've had the same plates the whole meal, and the legit tip is when you're here, they're supposed to actually replace your plates every, 10-15 minutes or whatever, whenever they're kind of dirty. Kind of disappointing. The pineapple finally came. We actually went like about 15 minutes without a single person coming to our table. So this has been an interesting Fogo de Chao. Definitely not as good as the one in Vegas. Finished up with our Fogo de Chao. It was Fogo de poor. Very, very poor.
Fogo de expensive.
Yeah, expensive and not good. We've ate at 3 of these now. The one in Vegas, go to in that strip mall. They are fantastic, excellent service, great food. This reminded me of the South Carolina one, a little bit better than that though. But we didn't see any of the actual good meats at all until we literally like, can we get a ribeye 4 different times, and then the filet came by 1 time, and that was kind of it. That was it. The rest of the other meats, gone. Chicken up the wazoo,
Sausage.
Sirloins up the wazoo. Yeah, it was really weird.
Turn left.
But now we're heading to the Publix. Just gonna grab some water and some other kind of snacks and necessities, and then we're going back to the hotel, and we'll show you explore that room. It's a Publix. It's my favorite aisle, the cookie aisle. Go Publix, go Publix, go. Go Publix, go Publix, go. Made it back to the hotel room. I got most of the stuff unpacked and put away already, as you can see. Nacy actually parked in the parking garage, but apparently you have to go through a specific entrance. So it wasn't good enough that she went through one entrance. She had to actually go through a separate entrance and then go upstairs. Kind of weird. She'll tell you about it in a second. She just actually got back. But we've got pretty much everything unpacked. Yeah. Except for Nacy got to get her stuff. And then
Nacy got to go potty.
And then we'll ask Nacy what happened. Tell us a little bit about the parking here.
So the parking situation for this hotel is a little unique because they don't have their own parking garage, and they actually sit nestled between 2 apartment complexes, and it's very confusing. There's not really a whole lot of signage that says if you're staying at Element, park this way. There is a parking garage, but there's 2 entrances to it. There's one that when you pull out, you go to the left and it's kind of down, but it says office parking. And then there's one up the road, which is the one I originally went to, that didn't really have any signs. And actually a lot of the spots said 3-hour parking, and I was like, this can't be the right parking garage because all of the visitor parking says 3-hour parking limit. So when I got back in, after dropping Gary off when he got the groceries upstairs, I asked the front desk guy, I'm like, hey, like, I parked up the road. I don't know that that's the right one. He's like, no, you gotta park at the one that's down that says office parking. And I'm like, oh, okay. That would have been nice to know since there's no signage. So I did move down there. They will print a new barcode on your parking ticket so that way you can get out of the parking garage without having to pay anything. It's just a little frustrating that every time you come in, you have to remember to stop at the front desk to make sure they stamp it, or stop on your way out the door. So you pick which one you want, but you gotta talk to them if you don't want to have to pay to get your car out. So a little frustrating and a little weird.
All right, that concludes our trip back to Atlanta. We just got back into Georgia like 2 days ago from Arkansas. You want to see those videos, check down in the show notes. It's been a long trip and a long sort of like combined trip. It just seems like work never ends lately. But this trip was interesting. I mean, that was the first time we've ever actually traded rental cars at the Atlanta airport, which is the busiest airport in the world, or at least one of the busiest airports in the world. So that was an interesting experience, finding out sort of how to do that switch. Fogo de Chao was a little bit disappointing. We were hoping for a little bit better service. Food was okay, but nothing like Vegas. I guess Vegas set a really high standard, and they just did not live up to it. And then getting back to the apartment, the hotel, and sort of figuring out the parking sitch and all that stuff. Not a bad day though. It's all over. Right now, Nacy's getting ready to go to work tomorrow, so she's sort of packed up and getting ready to go to sleep. I'm finishing some editing and getting this video uploaded. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell so you get notified when we do at least 3 videos a week. And we'll come and get you all for the next one. Ain't that the truth? Baby Ruth. And if you want to see us go to the Waffle House Museum, definitely subscribe. That's going to be our next video. We just want to take a moment to thank you all for watching the video. To those 90% of you guys out there watching who haven't subscribed yet, please take a moment to subscribe to the channel. It really helps our channel grow and reach a wider audience. And for all those other YouTube personalities that you're watching out there, I'm sure they would appreciate it as well. To those that have subscribed, thank you for tagging along with us on our journeys. We appreciate your love, support, your likes, and all those wonderful comments that we're getting too on our videos. So we look forward to taking you on our next adventure. We'll see you on the next one.